Is perfectionism a habit or is it a trait? I'm not really sure how to define perfectionism, but all I know is it's being left back in 2023. What we're going to replace perfectionism with is something called messy action. Messy action, let's let it soak in. Messy action is all about just starting even when it's not perfect. We do have to stop waiting until the perfect moment in order to take action. In my own life and in my own journey with YouTube, I wanted to create the perfect situation in order for me to begin uploading content. And when I think about where I would be right now in my journey as not only a content creator, but as a business owner, I would be so much further along if I just got started, even if it was going to look messy. Someone who has really made a big impact on my business journey is Chris Do. Apart from his many other talents, starting a YouTube channel helped propel him into the millionaire status he holds today. In a recent interview, he shared something that I think any aspiring creator who is struggling with the pursuit of perfection should hear.
If I make the most pristine video, if the video is extra crispy, as you like to say, as the young people say, or, you know, oh, I came up with a super dope transition. Yeah, that's cool. But did you help that person's business grow?
Boom.
That's all it is.
It's really good.
And I can make an inferior video and still get better results. And I have evidence for this. Who is the most prolific, successful YouTube creator right now?
Mr. Beast.
What do you think about the quality of his videos?
I mean, top YouTuber, and
Yeah.
he doesn't have the sharpest video.
Yeah, and he could.
Yeah.
He has the money, but he doesn't. And I have a theory as to why. When I want to see pristine video, I'm going to watch an Apple TV series. I'm going to watch an HBO production. I'm going to watch a Netflix thing. I don't tune into YouTube because I want pristine video with just flawless lines of words and editing. I don't need that. Actually, that creates a barrier between me and that person. So sometimes in the pursuit of the perfect pixel, we create a barrier, and we don't want that barrier.
A lot of people who want to be YouTubers often watch other YouTubers, and I think it's fair to say that some of us might have like the picture perfect style of content so deeply ingrained in our minds that we don't even really know what does it look like to start our channels in a messy way. But that's why I want to share a few examples with you. Take a look at these creators.
And at the beginning of 2023, which is this year, I made it a point to start posting long form videos on my YouTube. So technically it's still 2023 and I am posting this video with only about 5 days left of the year.
This year, I'm focusing on transitioning from just creating content to intentionally creating content that will build my business. For 2024, I have decided to focus on YouTube.
If you're watching this, I assume you're about to open your own YouTube channel and you don't know what to do about it. Welcome! It's my first video too, so I'm going to be talking to this video as if I am talking to myself. Yes, I want to look at this video a couple of months from now and I'll be like, I see growth there, baby girl.
They started their channel without being perfect at all. And I did the same thing for myself. I started this channel back in June of 2023. I just woke up from a nap. Today's a special day because I'm not playing anymore. I want to create YouTube content and I'm just in this mode of like by any means necessary. I just was so tired of thinking about starting my channel. I was tired of planning what starting my channel would look like. I just wanted to dive into the sea and I was going to figure it out either way. I had all the equipment. I had everything that I needed, and you have everything you need to get started too. Just look around, like wipe off, like do what you gotta do. You have everything that you need to create content. But yeah, I set up my camera and I was in the kitchen preparing some lunch and I just created a video and I uploaded it. And I started my channel with a goal to post a video every day for I think 30 days or something. I'm about to just try out daily vlogging. I'm gonna post as much as I can. Ever since I started this vlogging thing, this is all I really been focused on. Doing everything in my power to get a video up onto YouTube for the next 30 days. Every day. By day 10, I realized that wasn't sustainable. And I ultimately ended up taking a break when I started my channel. But what I want you to take away from this is that whole notion of like reach for the stars, so if you fall you land on a cloud. I know Kanye West said that. I don't know who he got it from, but that is one of a line that he has said in a song. And I think trying to post daily for 30 days was a lofty goal, but what it did was help me take action. Sometimes when your goal is huge, you kind of get even more excited to see like, ooh, can I do this? You know? And I just want you to set a goal for yourself that is big and lofty. And like, I want you to set a goal for yourself that maybe you feel like you can't reach, but then again, it's going to be fun for you to attempt to. And the point is, you're going to get further than if you took no action at all. So start with a desire that you have, and how can you go after it? I knew one of the things I wasn't good at was speaking to the camera. Every time I turned on the camera or was about to record, I got all these butterflies in my stomach. I was so nervous. I was scared to speak to the camera. And the whole idea of who's going to receive this content, who's going to see this content was getting in my mind. And I used my challenge to post a video for 30 days every day to practice talking to the camera. It wasn't really about growth at that point. It was just about getting better at a key skill required to even have a successful YouTube channel. I'm sharing this so that you can maybe take a look over your skills. What are some skills that you aren't the best at yet that you might want to take the first 30 or maybe first 10 days of starting your channel to work on? It's not going to be for anybody. The videos that you create won't be for anybody but you. And you'll get to see over time, like, oh wow, I'm actually getting better. I'm getting better at editing. Because, you know, there's a lot of people out there. You guys have the gift of gab. You know how to talk, whether it's to a person or it's to a camera. And that may not be your struggle, but it could be creating thumbnails or whatever part of the video content creation process it may be. You can start your channel just with a goal to get better at something you're not the greatest at. You can start your channel with a goal to improve, and even by just setting out to get better, you're walking towards success. And I want you to remember that. Fear is a real thing. Like, fear can really take over your creative self and really stop you, like really be a true roadblock to taking the first few steps. I 100% recognize it, and I'm in it with you. Like, I'm not a YouTube creator who has made it yet. I'm not too far away from the beginner points because I'm still a beginner myself. So these things that I'm sharing with you, trust me, like, I feel like I can really relate to you because I still deal with fear, as an example. But you could be starting your channel or maybe even rebranding your channel, you know? But whatever it looks like for you, essentially a chapter is being closed, right? Like, you're closing the chapter on not being a YouTuber and walking into the chapter of either becoming a YouTuber or rebranding how you've been going about your YouTube journey so far. How you've been operating in your life, in your business, in your content is no more, and something new is about to start. Something new is going to resurface. I want to share some gems that Madi Woodard dropped in an interview on the podcast called Social Proof. Madi was dropping gems, and here's one of the first things that I want to share with you that he said.
I quit on the work from home day, bro. I ain't even make it. I didn't even make it in the office. I was like, you know what? This is it.
Yeah.
They did me one better. Oh, Dave, I missed part of the story. I tried to quit first. So we started being broke before in October. I tried to quit my corporate job in February. They said, you maybe just need some time off. You're like, you tripping, right? Like you just got a big promotion. You're doing well, young man. Don't burn the boats just yet. They was like, take a month. You know what I mean? Don't tell nobody. Just take a month. You'll still get paid. Just check in with us. Let us know you're healthy. Everything's well. And then like, let's talk in a month, right? Yeah. And so I'm like, cool. I come back. They like, you can work part-time.
But that month, you getting busy with
I'm getting busy. Yeah, and I get freedom. I can wake up. I can do whatever. I realize that my production doesn't match corporate. This go to sleep at this time, wake up at this time. I'm not on that same individual like rhythm. Mine different, right? I come back. They say, you can work part-time. You only got to come to the office one day a week. You can do these projects off of your list, and we'll give you 50% of your salary.
You must be really good at this point.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well with my people. I'm doing well by my reputation.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid like $65,000 to work a day a week.
Dang.
I quit that. You got to be out of your mind. So my work from home day, I tell my boss, I don't think she's like, well, let me talk to HR. This is the most cold-blooded corporate shit thing ever happened. She wrote back and said, HR said, since you already put your 2-week notice in 4 months ago, right? This week ends in a pay period. So you don't have to do 2 weeks. You can just drop your stuff off on Monday. Bring your corporate card, your badge, your cell phone, and your laptop. Leave it at the front desk. You're good. I ain't getting no going away brunch. Thank you for your service. Here's an ink pen.
You get to talk to your friends at the job.
They didn't even know what happened, bro. To this day, right? Like, they were just like, drop your stuff off at security. You don't even got to come give it to your manager. Ain't no exit interview. All this stuff that I've seen years and years and years. Like, thank you for your service. You be on the little LED screen at work. You get none of that. We ain't go out for nachos, nothing.
You felt the way?
I cried in the car. Wow. I dropped my stuff off. I pulled into the parking deck and fell apart. Because I knew that this chapter was over, but I didn't know what the next chapter looked like. You know what I'm saying? And so again, now we opening up to what becomes this identity crisis, what becomes the blues, depression, whatever it might be for somebody else. My whole world just got turned upside down. And I think I'm excited, but I know I'm for sure scared.
Yeah, for sure.
So before I cut to the clip of Madi, I was talking about how something that you're doing currently is about to end, and something that you want to do is soon to start. And I loved how he just shared the fear involved when someone is at that crossroad, you know? And all I really can say is it's gonna feel so good when you finally kick fear in the face and post your first video and get started with taking your content creation seriously, and you really actually get out there and start creating content. So I'm gonna put a pin in messy action, and I do want to talk a little bit about strategic action. Strategic action comes after the period of your content creation journey where you're just allowing yourself to get your feet wet, you're allowing yourself to work on some skills that you may need to sharpen, etc. Strategic action is important. Once you start, each action you take slowly walks you away from beginner and gets you closer to being an expert in your industry, in your niche, and in whatever, you know? Like, you're not gonna be a beginner forever. And in order to get from beginner to expert, strategy will be required. That's another thing you'll find once you start. Your mind and your like I'm gonna call it a business mind, and your creative mind will start wanting to work together to really figure out, all right, how can we make this work? How can we actually win? Who do I gotta speak to? What content do I need to watch? What do I need to learn in order to actually be successful? A subscriber actually reached out to me the other day on Instagram, and he was asking me, do I want to be a part of a group of other creators who are also on this YouTube journey and, kind of make like a support team. And I was with it. I said, cool. And the conversation eventually led to me asking him some questions about how does he plan to go about his YouTube journey. And we did get into a more strategic conversation. He's out of the space of necessarily needing the motivation, and he's gotten started. One, content creation and entrepreneurship gets lonely, so find some support in this space. I don't know about y'all, but I don't necessarily have friends and family who are on this particular grind with me. I know what it's gonna look like. More than likely, I'm gonna be visibly successful with this content, and then a lot of friends and family of mine are going to be like, how did you do it? And that's why it's so important to be tapped in every step of the way, because someone in your life is going to ask you, how did you do it? Once you get those, vanity metrics up, right? And you want to be able to answer that question for them. Okay, so back to homeboy who hit me up in my DMs about, let's be on this YouTube journey together. I'm looking for a few folks. I also wanted to point out, him trying to create this support group is a part of his strategy to even win on YouTube, because of the fact that it gets lonely. You're going to want to have someone to bounce ideas off of, or just to, like, when you haven't gotten a subscriber or your views are low, just have someone to cheer you up from that, because you will experience some moments where it hurts and it's sad that you're not really seeing the growth that you want, but that doesn't last. This is not the video for me to get into content strategy, but I will share that there's a difference between content strategy for growth versus content strategy for building consistency and other skill development required for this YouTube life. So when you're doing your research and trying to find information in regards to content strategy, see which space are you in, which will serve you better, because consistency and discipline and commitment and all these kind of perhaps not as glamorous skills are necessary to not only start a channel, but continue to grow a channel and make it successful. Some of us may be doing content as a hobby, but I feel like a lot of us genuinely want to make a viable stream of income from our content creation. And as you get going on this journey, you're gonna see how similar building a YouTube channel is to building a business, and you should go about this having a business-like mentality. This is something that can really change your life from a financial standpoint if you do what needs to be done. So I'm rooting for you. I'm on the journey with you, and let's definitely continue to grow. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.